What's going on, Thrashers? I got a funny shirt on today. No band t-shirts this time. We got joke funny shirts. If you know what this is from, I don't know. You're in it, I guess. But yeah, it's been a minute. Where the hell have I been? Um, Honestly, it's just been a lot of external stuff. I haven't like quit playing guitar or anything, or I haven't gotten any nothing bad. Of course, it's just extenuating circumstances that aren't nothing serious, nothing bad. I'm not gonna pull like a like a like a I don't know what's a good simile. I'm not gonna do you like your dad did you and then leave and never come back. I'm sticking around. So for my comeback video, after what has it been, 8 days, 9 days? I don't know. A couple over a week. Has it been? Probably. Damn. After that long, I gotta give you guys a good song. So this is another Havok tune. No Amnesty, probably one of their toughest tunes. And finally a song tuned in E standard. Doing too much Exodus and early Megadeth tuned slightly flat. So yeah, let's get ready. So the main riff, I guess before that there's this little break-in bit they do after the swishy nonsensical sounds at the beginning of the song. It's that little bit. It's pretty simple. You're just going 6, 5, 3, 1. Power chords, easy. Everybody should be able to do that. This next part, I don't know if everybody should be able to do this. That riff. So it's a lot of hammer-on pull-offs and some chugging, and I'm gonna be 100%. I can't tell if they're doing 3 chugs and then the little diddle bit, or 4. So you could squeeze in 4 or 3. I feel like 4 makes it probably easier for some people, but I think it might be 3. I don't know, but I'm just gonna show you how they do it. So you're working around a bunch of low E chugs, either 3 or 4, really quick. And then in between each of those, you have these little next door neighbor fret hammer on pull off bits here, right? Here, and then back a string, and then open. So that's with 3s, and you're gonna have to think of your picking pattern if you're doing 3s. I think it's easier with 4s, but if you're doing 3, down up down, either you do a economy pick sweep and do this on a down, and then try to come back up for the next set of 3, or you do down up down and then up for those. I can do both. Do either or and see which one's comfortable to you if you're doing it with 3s. If you're doing it with 4, it's pretty simple because you're up. If you have the right picking angle, your up stroke on the low E, the 4th pick, will lead you up and away, ready to smack down on the A string. But after that, you have to reorient your pick to get back over. So with 3s and with 4s, it's really hard to tell the difference, especially because the drummer is doing 4s on the snare, 4 snare hits, digga digga. So I don't know. Anyways, that's the main little riff that you have to get down. And then I think they do a stop for a second, and then to this thing here. 3, open, 1, and then really quick again, and then back into it. So from top to bottom, it's sort of and then they go back into it a lot, and that's for the verse or whatever. And that's easy. And you do that a whole bunch until the variation bit where it's just So that bit is pretty easy. I'm just gonna do it really slow, and you're gonna have to follow along to the beat. So you have this like dun 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 dun. So you're tapping kind of like, that's kind of the tempo, and you're kind of like half timing this one, so it's more like this type of tempo here, or like I gotta set my fingers, right? Da na 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 na. So na na na. Every and kinda, or really more or less and one, because it's a downbeat. One and a, two and a, three and a, four and a, you know. So you have that type of pattern going on. And then it cuts into this. That little bit, and I think it's harmonized like in thirds maybe? No, minor thirds? I don't remember what the harmony is. You should be able to figure it out. It shouldn't be that hard. I think it's actually octave. Yeah, it's octaves. Okay. Mystery solved. So, this riff is pretty easy. You kind of have your minor shape here. Right? This little minor shape here. You're doing pinky, one chug, and then pointer ring. Or maybe you don't like using your pinky for this and you like doing this. Do whatever the hell you want. Maybe you do it above. I don't know. Probably not that, because your finger's going to be muting the low E. Anyways, again, do anything any way you want to. Just do it right, sort of. You do this. And then on the last time, it's a climb. And this is kind of like a stunted rhythm, and it's very weird. Ah, it's not here. It's actually here. I was thinking the octave, and then I went back instead of backing down. It's here, sorry. But same pattern, just showed it to you in the wrong spot. Cool. And you can hammer on those, right? So you can like reset your right hand picking, or you can down up. Do it however you want to do it to make it sound as cool as you want it, or as easy to play as you want it to be. So that happens, and then this riff. I think that's it. And this one's pretty easy. You're just doing a bunch of half-step slides back with a bunch of chugs in between. So, and that one is a slide up, like that. And how you pick this really determines what kind of picker you are. I like to do chugs and then down ups. You could like up down it. And then, or maybe do all downs. And then switch them. I don't know, do it wherever you want to do it. But the pattern is pretty simple. So that last chug is the one of the next cycle, the next measure, the next whatever bar, I don't know. That dun 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 is the start of the next bar. I'm tired of people asking how many chugs in between each of the thing, how many zeros. It's like, it's not how many zeros there are, it's where there aren't zeros, where there are actual played chords. That's how you should think of thrash metal riffs. Because could you imagine if somebody tried to ask how many zeros are in between like the stuff in Puppets or whatever? Like, like one in between each one, but like three here or whatever. No, you just listen for when the notes are happening, and you should just feel it, and you should develop the ability to have like a constantly picking right hand, because most thrash riffs are just a bunch of picking and then sometimes throwing in notes instead of the other way where it's throwing in notes together and then doing picking in between them. Don't think about it like that. Think about it with a bunch of chugs and then notes in between the chugs. So like you have a riff, something like that, really simple. You're not going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and then chug, chug. You're just going to go chugga, 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 ban out, and you're going to listen for the ban out, not all the chugs. And it makes it easier for you to switch up your rhythms and your riffs. Rather than thinking, I'm going to subtract this many zeros and put in this many chords, you just do it, and you feel out when you're supposed to hit the chords. This was a small tangent, but I think it's important for people trying to hear the rhythms in these songs and figure it out. Think about it like that, because there's some people who early on don't think about it in that way. Anyways, so this riff, and at the end I think I just go down chromatically, or maybe 3-1 open, or maybe 3-2 open. I'm leaning on either chromatic or 3-2 open as what it definitively is, but I can't say with 1,000,000,000% certainty. I want to get this video out quickly. I've been going a while. And then they switch it back to the normal thing, I think, the little... But on this next one, I think they pause it, and they hit this note here, or a chord, and then shoot this thing, and then right back into it again. And then another one of these, you know, that riff I showed you, and another one of these, and then another one of those. Then that riff. So you're doing 3-2, and then I think 2 chug, and then 2-1 on the next string. And then I can't tell if it's going back to the 3 each time, or the 1, or the open. I think it's the 3 every time. So it's this. So you're doing a down pick, or an up, I don't care. Hammer on pull off on these notes, on the A string. And then I do up, down, up. But you could do, I don't know, down, down, up. Down, down, down. Do any picking pattern you like. Nobody cares, as long as you get the notes consistently, cleanly, accurately, whatever. And the next time they just cut it off short. And then I think the guitar solo goes over that riff, and then that one I gotta figure out. I don't remember what that one is, to be 100% honest, because I was too focused on doing the solo. I'll show you the solo first, and then we'll come back for the riff that happens over the second bit of it. And then also at the end of the solo for that one crazy lick, which I'm sure you're all dying to see, and it sucks. Like, it's hard to do. They're doing the... either that riff or some other one. I don't remember. But I'm just going to show you the solo, at least what I remember of it. So it's like the, what is it? David goes, "Can you feed the appetite?" Screams it. I can't do David vocals. His stuff is difficult. And Reese goes into this like you're just thinking Phrygian here. And you're just doing that sporadically, and he's kind of double picking some notes, and he's really going after it. You don't have to be like ultra precise John Petrucci. It's supposed to be really sloppy and gross and like, okay? So you're doing the Phrygian looking shape, 2 minor shapes, and then 2 whole step shapes moved a fret up. And then backward. And then move a half step up and do whole step shape, 2 Phrygian looking shapes, and then 2 minor looking shapes. You just moved up in the modes basically. Went from Phrygian to Lydian. And then for the last one you do, I don't know what note he goes down to after that. Could be that. Could be that. It's any of them, really. Just do something. Probably not this one, because that sounds too happy. So you do that. And then the riff changes, and you go into this, like, I think that's it, where it's this pentatonic, and you're thinking like this hick bend here. And then across the D and the B string, you're doing these little diettes, these little like hick slides, because Reese is a country boy and he can't help himself but throw in this cool country sound and stuff. So you're sliding back and forth, doing a down, slide, up pick, slide back, and then a down slide back with between these 2 dyads here. Right? And then you're switching across strings. So you went from the D and the B to the G and the high E. So you're going from this to these frets here, and you move it up in minor thirds. And then he does a little bit of like whammy bar nonsense here, but I don't want to do that. And then the hardest lick in the universe, and this is very similar to the other lick in the I Am the State solo, which I demonstrated. It's this kind of like, when I do it quick, it sounds sloppy. When Reese does it quick live, it sounds sloppy. Maybe he like slowed it down 80% and then did it or something. But it's this kind of idea where you have 2 minor shapes hopping across strings. Right? Actually, it ends there. That general idea. And that string jump is so difficult. And I think it's best if you choose to legato one of these parts. Maybe start with a down pick and legato those, and then up, down, up. And that's a down, and then maybe an up there or something. Or maybe legato these. And to be 100% honest, live, Reese does this pattern where you go, you have this descending bit here, right? But on the record, it sounds like he goes straight back. Like that. Instead of doing that descending bit. But I think live, he has to do that to get his fingers in the right place. Because doing that jump there gives these fingers time to naturally move back across like this. But if he wanted to jump, the last note he played was on the pointer finger. So this jump is going to be especially difficult. But if he does it descending all the way, while these other fingers are playing these notes, it gives this finger time while they're playing them to get over and get ready in position. Unlike in this one, where he has to just get the hell out of Dodge. So you do that 2 times on each one. God, it's difficult. And then move down a half step. Back up, half step again. And then up a whole step. And then up a half step. And you only do half of it. I recommend doing that little bit. Okay? That's like a very rough approximation, out of practice, haven't warmed up today version of that, and it's really. I think I like try to pick as much of it as I can, but really you can afford to legato some of it, and maybe not even pick any of it. Sorta. This is a good exercise to do without picking if you want to focus on your left hand. Because sometimes you can hear me hitting that note, so it's good to get your finger used to hopping across. That's the solo, and then the riffs aren't too different after that. I think I just go back into the main riff and then into this, that one again. And I don't think it ends with anything special. I think it just ends with one of the riffs tapering off into like a... something like that, something stupid. Something like that, or maybe just... You know, that's how every Havok song ends, with them stopping a riff and doing either a tail to it that's slightly different to an open E, or just stopping the riff entirely, letting it fade, or another open E. This is like, you know, ending a metal song 101. So, yeah, short 20-ish minute video to welcome me back to posting stuff. I hope you liked it. Comment, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. Listen to metal, play metal, be metal, have fun playing music and being brutal and cool. Yeah, I don't have too much else to say. Leave comments, I guess. I really like reading comments, hearing from people, and hearing what they want to see, and what music they like, what they do, you know, what they like to play, their favorite kind of licks, whatever, man. Just tell me what's going on. Yeah, look forward to some like Exodus stuff again, maybe. Or I'm thinking of doing some more like lesser known stuff. Maybe I'll learn a Warbringer song. Those guys are really tough. Something interesting soon, probably. Yeah, peace.